Welcome to ARG. I hope you had a pleasant journey.
Speak and spell from Texas Instruments.
That is correct.
Do you recall the gadgets, games, and geeky trends that defined the 1980s? Let's take a trip down memory lane into a nostalgia-filled era, reminiscing about the tech breakthroughs, pop culture phenomena, and gaming sensations that shaped a generation. Join us as we explore the second part of 20 things only nerds will remember about the 1980s. Apple Lisa. The Apple Lisa, launched on January the 19th of 1983, occupies a significant niche in computer history as the purported first mass-market personal computer featuring a graphical user interface. Its inception in 1978 under the codename Lisa bore a dual significance. Lisa officially represented local integrated software architecture while also honoring Apple co-founder Steve Jobs' daughter. Priced at a staggering $9,995 in 1983, equivalent to approximately $30,600 today, the Lisa primarily targeted individual business users and small to medium-sized businesses, seeking to challenge the dominance of cumbersome mainframes and mini-computers prevalent at the time. However, the Lisa encountered obstacles such as its steep price, inadequate software ecosystem, unreliable floppy disks, and the impending release of the cheaper and faster Macintosh. Despite selling only 60,000 units in 2 years, its legacy endured through its influence on subsequent Apple products like the Macintosh, inheriting many of its concepts and design elements. As the era witnesses the rise of pioneering tech like the Apple Lisa, how did the Vectrex compact console redefine gaming visuals in an age dominated by pixelated graphics? Vectrex Arcade System. Released in November of 1982 in North America and later in Europe and Japan, the Vectrex emerged as a distinctive home video game console, garnering admiration from both nerds and gamers. Its standout feature was the integrated 9-inch monochrome CRT monitor, rendering crisp vector graphics, a departure from the pixel-based graphics of its contemporaries. Conceptualized by John Ross of Smith Engineering in late 1980, the Vectrex initially took shape as a handheld device called the Mini Arcade before evolving into a tabletop system manufactured by General Consumer Electronics. Despite its small yet impressive game library, including titles like Mindstorm, which was built into the system, the Vectrex relied on translucent color overlays to enhance gameplay, adding vibrant colors and defining game elements. Priced at $199, equivalent to around $630 today, the console received praise for its graphical capabilities and built-in monitor, cementing its status as one of the era's top consoles. Max Headroom. Max Headroom, brought to life by actor Matt Frewer, emerged onto the scene in April of 1985, captivating audiences with his distinctive blend of wit, satire, and technological intrigue. Initially introduced in the British-made cyberpunk TV movie Max Headroom, 20 Minutes into the Future, the character stemmed from the mind of journalist Edison Carter, portrayed by Frewer. After a motorcycle accident, an AI program based on Carter's consciousness created the persona known as Max Headroom, existing solely within broadcast signals and computer systems, where he challenged corporate dominance with a sharp commentary. While marketed as computer-generated, Max's appearance was achieved through prosthetic makeup, contact lenses, and a plastic suit worn by Frewer in front of a blue screen. Clever editing and lighting techniques enhanced the illusion, blurring the lines between reality and CGI. Max swiftly became a global icon, hosting the Max Headroom Show on Channel 4 just 2 days after his debut. He further solidified his status by endorsing New Coke and extending his reach to American audiences through broadcast on Cinemax. Laserdisc. Emerging onto the scene in 1978, the Laserdisc, alternatively known as DiscoVision and LaserVision, marked the dawn of a commercial optical disc storage. Its inception traces back to the innovative ideas of David Paul Gregg and James Russell in the 1960s, later acquired by MCA. By 1972, MCA and Philips unveiled the video disc, which eventually evolved into the Laserdisc format. Distinguished by its reliance on analog video signals and a substantial diameter of 12 inches, the Laserdisc offered unparalleled video and audio quality, surpassing contemporaries like VHS and Betamax. However, its adoption in North America was stifled by prohibitively expensive players and the inability to record television programs. Despite its limitations, the Laserdisc garnered a devoted following, particularly in Japan and affluent pockets of Southeast Asia. Videophiles and cinephiles admired its superior quality, cementing its status as a cult favorite. Pioneer Corporation continued manufacturing Laserdisc players until July of 2009, when production ceased. As Laserdisc glow dimmed, could television transcend passive viewing? The adventure game answered with an interstellar quest, inviting viewers to navigate uncharted realms. The Adventure Game. The Adventure Game, which debuted in May of 1980, stood out as a distinctive fusion of game show dynamics and interactive storytelling. Its allure stemmed from a captivating premise. Celebrity contestants and a member of the public voyaged by a spaceship to the enigmatic planet Arg. Once there, their quest varied from episode to episode, often revolving around locating a crucial crystal to fuel their return journey to Earth. Drawing inspiration from the immersive world of Dungeons & Dragons, creator Patrick Dowling envisioned a televised realm brimming with adventure. Initially seeking the talents of Douglas Adams, renowned for The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Dowling created a sci-fi ambiance rich in humor and mystery despite Adams' unavailability. Despite its brief 22-episode run, The Adventure Game left an indelible mark on viewers, heralding a new era of interactive television entertainment. BBC Micro. The BBC Micro, a pioneering 8-bit home computer developed by Acorn Computers Limited in the 1980s, made its debut on December 1st of 1981 as part of the BBC's Computer Literacy Project. Its introduction marked a significant milestone in promoting computer literacy and hands-on experience with microcomputers, a vision embraced by many educational institutions and households across Britain. Renowned for its durability, expandability, and robust operating system, the BBC Micro swiftly became a fixture in British schools and homes alike. Designed with education in mind, the BBC Micro boasted versatility and was capable of running a myriad of applications, including sound, color graphics, and external device control. Available in two primary models, the Model A with 16 kilobytes of RAM priced at $299, and the Model B with 32 kilobytes of RAM priced at $399, the BBC Micro faced competition for more affordable alternatives like the ZX Spectrum and Commodore 64. With over 1.5 million units sold and over 80% of UK schools equipped with at least one, the BBC Micro left an indelible mark on generations of users. G.I. Joe, a Real American Hero. A Real American Hero, a military-themed line of action figures and toys created by Hasbro, made its debut in 1982, capturing the imaginations of children worldwide. Born from the nostalgia of the original 12-inch G.I. Joe brand from the 1960s and 70s, the revival took on a more compact 3.75-inch action figure format, drawing inspiration from the successes of Star Wars and Micronauts toy lines. The genesis of the new G.I. Joe line stemmed from an unexpected encounter in a men's room, where Hasbro's CEO met Marvel Comics president, sparking discussions about reviving the G.I. Joe trademark. Marvel's creative team, notably editor-in-chief Larry Hama, played a crucial role in shaping the toy line, infusing characters with intricate backstories through detailed file cards. Affordability was a hallmark of G.I. Joe figures, enabling widespread accessibility to children of various backgrounds. With over 250 vehicles and playsets, fans could immerse themselves in epic battles between the heroic G.I. Joe team and the villainous Cobra, led by the iconic Cobra Commander. As children worldwide immersed themselves in epic battles with G.I. Joe and Cobra, a different kind of journey awaited players of the Oregon Trail. The Oregon Trail. In 1971, three student teachers, Don Rawich, Bill Heineman, and Paul Dillenberger, created the Oregon Trail to help Minnesota schoolchildren learn about American history. The game was initially programmed as a text-based adventure, and its first players encountered it on a primitive teletype printer. Imagine a world without graphics or pictures, only lines of text and the occasional ringing bell. Yet, despite its simplicity, it was mesmerizing. The premise of the Oregon Trail was equally captivating. Players assumed the role of Western settlers in the mid-19th century, embarking on a treacherous journey across the continent to reach the Pacific coast. Along the way, they faced harsh realities such as disease, treacherous river crossings, and the constant struggle for survival. Dysentery, in particular, became infamous among players, leading to countless virtual deaths. The game's popularity soared when the Minnesota Educational Computing Consortium published a graphical version in 1985 for the Apple II. Suddenly, players could see their covered wagons, river crossings, and hunting expeditions come to life on their screens. As for cost, the original version was freely available to schools, making it accessible to countless students. By 2011, the entire series had sold over 65 million copies, cementing its place as an educational gaming classic. Speak and Spell. The Speak and Spell originated from the innovation labs of Texas Instruments during the late 1970s under the guidance of Paul Breedlove and his engineering team. Its development commenced in 1976 with an initial budget of $25,000, emerging as an extension of TI's speech synthesis research. Premiering at the Summer Consumer Electronics Show in June of 1978, it marked one of the earliest handheld electronic devices featuring a visual display and interchangeable game cartridges. Its unique approach to spelling and pronunciation education, eschewing traditional multiple-choice quizzes, garnered popularity among both children and adults. Functioning on digital signal processing techniques, the Speak and Spell boasted speech synthesis capabilities, a pioneering feature in consumer products at the time. Priced at approximately $50 in the late 1970s, Speak and Spell offered an affordable yet cutting-edge educational tool. The Bulletin Board System, or BBS. BBSs, or Bulletin Board Systems, emerged in the late 1970s and gained significant popularity throughout the 1980s and early 1990s. These systems allowed users to connect via modems to share messages, play text-based games, and download files resembling today's internet forums. Hobbyists typically ran them on personal computers connected to dial-up telephone lines, each with its unique flavor catering to specific interests or niches. Users dialed in using their modems, connecting to the BBS server where they could read and write messages, participate in discussions, and explore various content. Setting up a BBS required a personal computer, a modem, and a landline phone connection, making it a somewhat costly endeavor. Initially, only one user could connect at a time, though some multi-line BBSs existed. As dial-up phone lines became scarce, BBSs transitioned to using the Telenet protocol for internet connections. BBSs hosted classic door games like Trade Wars 2002, Legend of the Red Dragon, Solar Realms Elite, and Operation Overkill 2, attracting a loyal following. Each BBS formed a cultural pocket, insulated from mainstream search engines and social media, requiring a terminal emulator to log in. As the era of bulletin board systems drew to a close amid this digital landscape, a new realm emerged in the form of ColecoVision, promising immersive experiences. ColecoVision. ColecoVision, a second-generation home video game console, made its debut in August of 1982 in North America, aiming to deliver an arcade-quality gaming experience rivaling its competitors, Atari 2600 and Intellivision. Its popularity stemmed from its near-arcade quality graphics and gameplay, appealing to gamers seeking more immersive experiences. With a diverse library featuring classics like Donkey Kong, Zaxxon, and Burger Time, ColecoVision showcased its capabilities effectively. Despite its higher initial price tag of around $175 compared to competitors, consumers were willing to pay for its superior gaming experience, leading to record-breaking sales during its 2-year lifespan. However, the industry collapse in 1983 and 1984 disrupted ColecoVision's trajectory. The company took a gamble by transforming the console into the Atom computer, marking a significant shift in its direction. Quantum Leap. Quantum Leap debuted on NBC on March the 26th of 1989, captivating audiences for 5 seasons until its conclusion on May the 5th of 1993. Created by Donald P. Belisario, the series followed the adventures of Dr. Sam Beckett, portrayed by Scott Bakula. Dr. Beckett, a physicist, involuntarily leaped through space-time during time travel experiments, inhabiting various historical figures to rectify their life mistakes. Admiral Al Calavici, played by Dean Stockwell, aided him as a holographic companion, injecting humor into the narrative with his womanizing and cigar-smoking habits. In the near future, Dr. Sam Beckett, with government support, constructs the Quantum Leap Project, aiming for time travel within one's lifetime. He becomes the project's first test subject, leaping back in time, assuming the identity of others with a fuzzy memory of his own. Al's hologram guides him, while Ziggy, the project's supercomputer, identifies necessary corrections in the past, although the criteria for success remains enigmatic. The Sinclair ZX Spectrum. The ZX Spectrum, launched on April the 23rd of 1982, heralded a revolution in home computing. Developed by Sinclair Research under the guidance of English entrepreneur Sir Clive Sinclair, it aimed to democratize computing. With its compact design, iconic rubber keys, and affordable price, it quickly gained popularity, selling over 5 million units worldwide. Its color display distinguished it from its predecessor, the ZX81, making it a hit not only in the United Kingdom, but also beyond. Sinclair's vision of accessibility drove the ZX Spectrum's design. Priced significantly lower than its contemporaries, it came in kit form or pre-assembled, featuring 16 kilobytes of RAM in its entry-level model. Its video output is connected to standard television sets, while software is loaded and saved using audio cassettes, making it user-friendly for the average person. The ZX Spectrum's enduring legacy lies in its extensive library of games, boasting over 24,000 software products. Classics like Manic Miner, Jet Set Willy, and Chunky Egg captivated gamers, pushing the boundaries of home computing. It competed with other popular machines of its time, such as the Commodore 64, BBC Micro, and Dragon 32, leaving an indelible mark on gaming history. Garbage Pail Kids. In 1985, the Garbage Pail Kids trading cards emerged, a playful parody by the Topps Company aimed directly at the popular Cabbage Patch Kids dolls of the time. These cards featured grotesque characters with names like Atom Bomb and Nasty Nick, adorned with vivid illustrations and witty, often crass puns. Their rebellious humor resonated with kids, propelling them to instant fame as collectors eagerly swapped, traded, and coveted these irreverent cards. Despite their popularity, the Garbage Pail Kids stirred controversy with their intentionally outrageous content, depicting bodily functions and absurd scenarios. This only fueled their allure as concerned parents and teachers banned them, adding to their desirability among children. Sold in packs for around 25 cents, each pack offered a mix of delight and disgust, complete with a stick of often rock-hard gum. Complete sets were prized possessions, with some rare cards being particularly sought after by collectors. As the Garbage Pail Kids cards provoked parental concern and captivated children with their irreverent charm, did these controversial collectibles influence the era's fascination with fantastical heroes like He-Man, whose adventures ignited imaginations and toy aisles alike? He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. In the nostalgia-laden landscape of the 80s, one animated series reigned supreme, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Premiering on September the 16th of 2021 as a modern reimagining, it found its home on Netflix, captivating audiences old and new with its blend of fantasy, sci-fi, and action-adventure. The tale centered around Prince Adam, who, by the power of Grayskull, transformed into the mighty He-Man, defender of Eternia against the malevolent Skeletor and his dark forces. Eternia, the fantastical realm where He-Man's adventures unfolded, was a captivating blend of medieval clashes and futuristic technology. The unique juxtaposition of swords, sorcery, and advanced machinery fascinated young viewers, drawing them into epic battles and unveiling ancient secrets within Castle Grayskull. The show introduced a host of iconic characters, from the valiant Teela to the villainous Skeletor and his cunning sorceress, Evil Lyn. In the heyday of the 80s, a He-Man action figure cost around $5, equivalent to roughly $14 today. They can be found at toy conventions, online auctions, and specialty stores, preserving the legacy of He-Man for new generations. The handheld electronic game revolution. The 80s witnessed a significant shift in gaming culture with the emergence of handheld electronic games. While arcades and home consoles dominated, these portable devices revolutionized gaming by offering entertainment on the go. Among them, Game & Watch, pioneered by Nintendo in 1980, integrated a digital watch with LCD games like Ball and Donkey Kong. With a single game per unit, including clock and alarm functions, Game & Watch units became immensely popular, selling over 43 million worldwide, cherished for their simplicity and addictive gameplay. Game & Watch games featured segmented LCD screens where players maneuvered characters like Mario using buttons to achieve high scores or complete tasks within time limits. Despite basic animations, they captivated players with engaging gameplay. Affordably priced between $10 and $30 then, equivalent to $30 to $90 today, these devices are now sought-after collectibles. Hunting for a working unit has become a thrilling quest at flea markets, retro game stores, or online auctions. The rise of the graphic novel. The emergence of graphic novels in the 1980s signified a significant departure from traditional comic book formats. While comics had been prevalent for decades, creators began to experiment with longer narratives, deeper themes, and more mature content during this period. This experimentation led to the popularization of the term graphic novel to describe these extended comic book works. One of the pivotal moments in the rise of graphic novels was the release of Watchmen in 1986. Written by Alan Moore and illustrated by Dave Gibbons, Watchmen revolutionized the genre by blending superhero tropes with complex characters and social commentary. Following the success of Watchmen, graphic novels began to target older audiences with sophisticated themes and narratives. Art Spiegelman's Moss, released in 2 volumes in 1986 and 1991, through anthropomorphic animal characters and won a Pulitzer Prize, elevating the medium status. Despite their higher price point compared to traditional comics, graphic novels gained popularity among readers. Priced around $10 to $20 in the 1980s, equivalent to roughly $25 to $50 today, these works attracted a diverse readership. As the graphic novel evolved, so did technology. Yet amid the emergence of complex narratives, could a digital tool like HyperCard offer a new canvas for storytelling? HyperCard. HyperCard emerged into the tech scene on August the 11th of 1987, courtesy of Apple Computer. This versatile tool amalgamated a flat file database with a graphical, user-modifiable interface akin to a digital Rolodex with superpowers. It operated on the concept of a stack of virtual cards, each akin to a digital index card holding data adorned with interactive elements like text fields and buttons. Users could seamlessly navigate through these cards, adding new ones or modifying existing ones using a simple drag-and-drop interface. Additionally, prototype cards called backgrounds served as templates for new cards, enhancing customization. Integral to HyperCard was its built-in programming language, HyperTalk, which empowered users to manipulate data, create interactive scripts, and control the user interface. This democratized programming enables non-programmers to craft potent applications. Its applications span diverse fields such as database management, interactive multimedia, and command and control systems. Initially priced at $50, HyperCard soon became a creative playground for many. However, its journey came to an unfortunate halt in March of 2004 following its final update in 1998. MIDI, Musical Instrument Digital Interface. MIDI emerged in the early 80s as a standardized protocol, facilitating connectivity among electronic musical instruments. This innovation transformed music production by enabling seamless communication between devices such as computers, synthesizers, and drum machines. Unlike its predecessor, MIDI 1.0, which allowed messages to flow in one direction, MIDI 2.0 introduced bidirectional communication. This advancement enabled devices to engage in dialogue, exchanging information and auto-configuring themselves to collaborate effectively. Operating on a simple language of digital messages, MIDI transmitted various musical data, including notes, control changes, and pitch bends. Musicians utilized MIDI cables to connect their instruments, creating intricate setups that facilitated increased expression and creativity. MIDI devices came in a range of prices, from basic keyboards costing around $200 to more advanced sequencers and drum machines. As MIDI cables orchestrated digital symphonies, another celestial masterpiece graced the heavens. Halley's Comet, with its enigmatic dance every 75 years, intrigued humanity. The Halley's Comet last perihelion. Halley's Comet, officially designated as 1P/Halley, orbits the Sun as a short-period comet, making its presence felt approximately every 75 to 79 years. Its last remarkable appearance occurred in 1986, enchanting both novice stargazers and seasoned astronomers alike. The comet's historical significance traces back to at least 240 BC, when astronomers began documenting its periodic returns. However, it wasn't until 1705 that English astronomer Edmund Halley discerned the recurring nature of these celestial events, leading to the comet being named in his honor. In 1986, Halley's Comet ventured close to Earth, becoming the first comet extensively studied by spacecraft. These missions provided invaluable insights into the comet's nucleus structure, coma, and tail formation, supporting the widely accepted dirty snowball model. Despite only a quarter of its surface being imaged during flyby missions, Halley's diverse topography was revealed, showcasing features such as hills, mountains, ridges, depressions, and even a crater. Its approximate dimensions measure 9.3 miles by 5 miles. Anticipation for Halley's return builds as it's projected to grace the inner solar system once again in mid-2061. Skywatchers are advised to mark their calendars for its next perihelion on July the 28th, 2061, as the celestial event promises to reignite the fascination and wonder it's historically evoked.